understanding the geometric properties of shapes is really important, and it's quite a big topic. But once you get the hang of how certain relationships work, it becomes very logical. So it is worth spending a bit of time getting used to these, in particular getting used to all the vocabulary. 2D shapes, so that means a shape which is only seen on a plane. In reality, a 2D shape can only really exist as the surface of a 3D object or an image on a screen. It can be described in terms of sides and angles. So sides can be described in lots of different ways. They might be equal, they might be parallel, which means that they are both on the same plane, perpendicular, where they meet at right angles, adjacent, next to each other, or opposite. Angles in side shapes can be described as equal angles, acute, less than 90 degrees, right angles, 90 degrees exactly, obtuse, more than 90 degrees, and reflex, more than 180 degrees. Every shape, 2D and 3D, has a unique combination of properties, so like a unique idea, unique description, which only applies to itself, and that's what we use to identify the shapes. So we looked in the previous angles video at the 4 different types of triangle. So the equilateral triangle, all the angles are equal. In an isosceles triangle, you have a pair of adjacent equal angles. You have one right angle in a right angle triangle. The other 2 angles will be acute. The only triangle which can have an obtuse angle in it is a scalene. Looking at quadrilaterals, it's important to learn how to classify them according to their properties. The applet address in the browser above is well worth going to have a look at, where all of these are manipulable. You can move them, and you can play around. The properties won't change, but it will allow you to see how different shapes can look whilst maintaining the same properties. So these 3 shapes here, these are all trapezoids. A trapezium, which is this shape here, means that the trapezoid has 2 pairs of adjacent equal angles. But the property of a trapezoid is it has 1 pair of parallel sides only. So that anything that only has 1 pair of parallel sides is a trapezoid. Parallelograms, this is a very typical looking parallelogram, is any shape that has 2 pairs of parallel sides. So these sides here are parallel and these sides here are parallel. Because these sides are parallel and the opposite sides are the same length, we end up with 2 pairs of opposite equal angles. So parallelograms, 2 pairs of parallel sides, and both sides on each pair are the same length. A rhombus is very similar to a parallelogram in that it has 2 pairs of parallel sides, but a rhombus is special in that all of the sides must be the same length, which is not the case in the parallelogram, as you'll see if you have a go on the app. So this means that again we've got 2 pairs of vertically opposite angles, and unlike all parallelograms, rhombuses always meet, the diagonals of rhombus always meet and make right angles in the centre of the shape. The rhombus is the one you often hear referred to as a diamond. A kite also has diagonals that meet at right angles, but the difference with a kite is only the adjacent sides are equal in length. It doesn't have any parallel sides at all. Because the 2 adjacent sides are equal in length, we end up with 2 equal angles opposite each other here. But the angle at the 2 apexes, if you like, are always going to be different. Then we come to rectangles. So a rectangle has got 2 pairs of parallel sides, so it's a type of parallelogram. It's not a type of rhombus because the diagonals will not make right angles when they cross, and all the sides are not the same length. So a rectangle is definitely a parallelogram. The difference between all the other parallelograms and a rectangle are the angles. And in a rectangle, the sides must be perpendicular, which means all the angles are 90 degrees, right angles, which is where the name comes from. Right rectangle, recht is the German for right angles. So then we've got a square. So again, we've got two pairs of parallel sides. Again, the parallel sides are equal in length. So again, it's a parallelogram. It's also got four right angles, so it's also a rectangle. But a square is a very special kind of rectangle because all the sides are the same length, which means it's also a rhombus. And in this case, if I draw the diagonals in, they will cross and make right angles, so it's definitely a kind of rhombus. A square is what we call a regular polygon. That means all the sides are the same length and all the angles are the same size. Please go and have a play on the applet, move the shapes around, get really used to seeing parallel sides which are the same length, which are different lengths, how they affect angles. It's really important for understanding how the properties work. 3D shapes can be described either in terms of their edges, we call them sides for 2D shapes, edges for 3D, vertices, which is the name for the corners, a vertex in the singular, and faces, which are the smooth surfaces you can touch. So every face on a 2D shape, let's start again, every face on a 3D shape is a 2D shape. And those faces can be described as being parallel to each other, perpendicular to each other, and congruent. Congruent means that they are exactly the same size, have the same properties, and if you put one on top of the other, they would fill exactly the same space. The edges are where two faces meet, and a vertex is where edges meet at a corner. So let's have a look at a few examples. So this shape here is a cube. It's called a cube. All of the faces are squares. Because all the faces are squares, that means that all of the edges are going to be the same length. And you're going to have parallel edges. So these edges here are parallel, these ones are parallel, and the ones going around here are parallel. If I draw in the other little ones, and you can see the other parallel sides. On the cuboid, also called a rectangular prism, we've got two surfaces, two faces, which are squares, and all the other faces are rectangles. And this is the definition of a shape which is a prism. It means you have a series of rectangles which make up, which separate two congruent faces. So in this case, we have got a square here and a square here. So this particular kind of prism is also a cuboid. This is another kind of prism. This time this is not a prism, this is a cylinder. It's not a prism because it doesn't have any rectangular sides. So we have two circles which are joined by one continuous face. So there are only two edges, there are only three faces. This is a cylinder, a bit like a can. A cone is where we have a circle as a base, but the sides join up to meet at an apex. And then you've got a sphere, which is of course a ball. Now there are as many different kinds of 3D shapes as you can imagine or see around your house. Many of them will be prisms, some will be a combination of different shapes. Again, it's such a big topic, to go through it quickly in a video is not really possible, but do go around, have a go on GeoGebra, which is great for making 3D shapes, but just have a look at the shapes around you. What 2D shapes can you see on the surfaces? Have you got a top and a base which are congruent, the same shape, exactly the same size, and all the sides joining them are rectangles? Then it's a prism. Could be a hexagon on the top, could be a triangle on the top, could be a square on the top. I hope that's given you enough information to have a go at exploring shapes for yourselves. It's a great part of maths, which I hope you enjoy.